Greetings gamers, this is Raz from Crush on Pixels. Welcome to yet another episode of Not a Vlog. So, remember last week when I said this? And it all sort of accumulated all into this one weekend or week where I was just destroyed and I was sick at the same time. Yeah, see, that was nothing. I have been sick beyond belief, like for a week and a half. And when I say sick, I mean like, I was coughing, I couldn't stay awake, my nose was just oozing out snot, and I was like, yeah, get back in there. That was kind of a gross image. So in other words, I was really, really bad. I didn't even go to work for a week and a half, which is the longest I've ever been away from work because of sickness. Really, I've never been sick so long, like for a week and a half that I missed work. To be honest, it was really, really terrible. I really couldn't do anything. Like, I was so weak the whole time and just annoyed by the amount of coughing I was doing. At one point, I was even coughing out blood. Like, that's how bad it was. I couldn't watch television or watch a movie because sitting still and watching television for half an hour would make me fall asleep. And I didn't really get to watch anything that was particularly interesting anyway. Worst of all, I didn't get to play any games. I was like so bored. I really wanted to play. Most of the day was just sleeping and trying to get better. And I did a really good job at trying to get better. I actually did everything. I ate oranges for vitamin C. I stayed warm. I drank a lot of water. I drank a lot of tea, which I usually don't. I never drink tea. This was like really unusual. I was really trying. And the worst of all, I'm still not healthy. Like, I am healthy enough to go to work. Like, I felt terrible after a week and a half that I missed so much of work. And I mean, it means a lot more responsibility for my colleagues at work, so I felt really bad. So after a week and a half, I sort of forced myself to go to work. Moving the microphone. So, what's been going on this week? Well, the past 2 weeks, really, because I don't really do this regularly. It's not really a vlog. Vlogs tend to have a schedule. I don't. One thing that's been new is, for those of you who've seen it, I uploaded a video sketch. I haven't really done a sketch in a long time. The last sketch I did was The End of the World back in December. It was fun to do. It was really hard to do because it was right before I got sick that I recorded it, and then I had to edit it and all that work while I was sick, and that was pretty terrible. But I really wanted to get it done, so you know, I put in a little bit of extra effort. Recording it was really complicated because it takes a lot of planning. Like, I remember recording the End of the World thing. It took a lot of planning, a lot of, you know, things like that, but it was nowhere near the league of planning that I had to do for the Mustache'd video. Because the scenes depended on how much facial hair I had. So I had to plan, like, okay, these scenes need to be shot while I have this much beard, and then the next scene needs to have this much mustache, and so on and so forth. Things that I had to record were the Hulk Hogan, and then after that I shaved a little bit more, and then I did the Magnum P.I. and the Super Mario bit, and finally I did Freddie Mercury and Adolf Hitler and Charlie Chaplin, who both look alike for some reason. But it took a lot of planning. Like, there was this one thing that I messed up terribly. I didn't actually plan the whole thing to the end. So at the end of the video, the last shot is of me sort of getting back from the fantasy. The whole video is about me having a fantasy. And at the end of the video, I'm supposed to like wake up from the fantasy and then put the shaving foam back into the medicine cabinet and then close it, and that's the end of the video. At that point, I'm supposed to have a full beard still because it's still before I shaved. But the truth is, I started trimming already before I shot that scene. So I was like, oh fuck, I already started. Oh fuck, they're gonna notice. Oh fuck, I ruined it. I'm gonna have to change something. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? So the whole time while I was shooting that particular scene, I was doing this, like, to cover up the fact that I had less beard underneath. So I was tilting my head down, trying to hide the shameful, like, baldness that I had underneath my chin. Luckily I didn't trim off too much, so I don't think anyone noticed it. If anyone did, they have very keen eyes, but I don't think anyone noticed it, because I looked at the footage and it's like, you can't really tell that I already trimmed at that point, but, you know, it was cool. The video turned out well. It got well received. A lot of my friends were like, hey, that's funny. That was really good. And my parents saw it, and they were like, they were laughing. It was really funny. It was a great thing. I'm going to try to do more sketches like that when I have, when I have an idea of what to do. I'm a ninja. So what else have I been doing? Well, since I finished watching the Star Trek series, I've been looking for another sci-fi series to watch. And I ended up starting to watch a show called Odyssey 5. It's this failed show from like 10 years ago that only lasted for about a season, maybe even not a complete season. It's about these 5 people who are in outer space in a space shuttle, modern time. And the planet blows up. Earth just goes boom. They end up being saved by an alien who calls himself the Seeker, and he sends them 5 years into the past, and they have to save the world. They have to figure out what happened and stop it from happening, with basically no other information other than the fact that it will happen. So far, it's actually a very interesting show. I'm more than halfway through it. Like I said, it's only 1 season, so there's not much left of it, unfortunately. But I've been enjoying it. I like most of the characters. Not all of them. Some of them go up and down. Sometimes they're good and sometimes they're bad. And the show has this really bad habit of destroying some of its best things, like having one-offs that are so good that you sort of wish they would stick around. The last thing I saw that was really good is, like, Ted Raimi played a character. He had a one-off, like a character who just appeared in 1 episode. And as soon as I saw Ted Raimi, I was like, dude, this is going to be a comedic episode. I just know it. And he was so good, and the episode was so entertaining, and his character was interesting. I was like, why can't they keep him? I mean, Ted Raimi definitely could use the work. The only thing he does is, like, he has cameos in his brother's movies. And also, one of the best things that was in the series was this dynamic between the main character played by RoboCop and his relationship with his wife, who they actually, I don't want to spoil anything. I'm going to spoil something, so skip ahead to, at some point, I'm going to mark it somewhere in the video if you don't want to know. So the wife actually dies. She gets killed off in like episode 13 or something, I don't know. And it's sad that they killed her off because, the whole, like, how she would interact with them, how she perceived everything, and how she would adapt to it would be so interesting to watch. But they showed it for such a short time that you don't actually get a sense for it at all. What else is new? Like I said, I was very sick, so the whole uploading process for me has been going down and down and down. I just didn't have time. I took the opportunity while I was sick to actually study, because I go to the university and I study, and I took the time to actually study a little bit, so that's why I didn't have as much time to focus on videos. And also because I didn't have material to put videos. I had to play games, but I couldn't play games because I was sick, so it all just sort of, went down. I'm still trying to sort of get a routine going so I can get more videos back up. It's so hard to find time with the studies and work and being sick and all that stuff. But I think I can do it. I've been working really hard, which, by the way, this is the next part of what's been going on lately, is I've been actually working on a new script for a review. I'm going to do a full review, and I don't mean just like me sitting in a chair talking to you about what I think about something. I mean, I'm going to do, like, I was thinking about doing a green screen thing, like a real review, like the person with the background animation and all that, speaking and all that. I think I can do that. I know I can make it simple about, like, just show the game and have my voiceover review it, but I think that sort of disjointed feeling of someone speaking to you, telling you very important details about the game while you're distracted by watching what's happening in the game is really difficult. I know that's kind of what Let's Plays are, but in a review, you kind of have to pay attention to the details of what the person is saying so that you learn things about the game. And I didn't just want to sit in my chair and tell you about it. I hate those lazy-ass reviews where the guy's just in his room, sitting in his lazy-ass chair, and... Never mind. So yeah, I'm going to try to mix it up by doing sort of a green screen thing. The most difficult part about that is the green screen, because I don't actually have anything that's green. It doesn't have to be a screen, by the way. A lot of people think like a green screen is something really special. It's not. It's just a cloth that's one color. The most common colors to use for a green screen is not actually just green. It's also blue, because those are the tones that are the furthest away from skin tones, so that it doesn't risk that it projects the image on your face. So I don't have anything green, but I do have something blue, and I actually tested it out, and it does work. So I'm going to try to do like a blue screen review. The only really difficult part is I don't know where to put it up. Like, I want to be standing, and I want to have it behind me, but I have nothing to latch it onto, so it would be really difficult to do. I'll have to figure something out about that. Now, usually this is the part where I have like a review of something I've watched or played lately, but because I've been sick, I haven't actually watched any movies. The only thing I did watch was an old Jim Carrey movie called Me, Myself, and Irene, which I have a lot of nostalgic memories about, but I don't want to review it, so no review this week, unfortunately. I'm sorry. And as for rants, there's nothing that's really been like pissing me off. In fact, I have one thing that I want to talk about, but I'm sort of saving it for something else. So I think this is sort of the end of the video. Like, I have nothing to talk about. This sucks. There's a reason why my Not a Vlog is not a vlog, is because vlogs come out regularly by people who have lives and things to do and interesting stuff to talk about. I'm not like that. I have nothing interesting going on in my life at all. I'm very introspective, and basically nothing really happens that I want to talk about, nothing I want to share with you. Like, I try to watch other people's vlogs, and I fail because I get bored. I don't really care about every little detail that these people are doing. I don't have anything against them. I try to watch, like, Dodger's vlogs, and she's a cool person. She is. But I just don't care about every little detail that she does with her life. So, you know, more power to her, but I don't care. So that's why my Not a Vlogs aren't really vlogs, because I don't talk that much about what happens to me. A lot of it is really related to the channel. You know, I always talk about what I've been uploading and how the uploading is going and what I'm planning for the channel. And I'm not so much talking about my personal life. I do sometimes, like obviously now I was sick, but that's kind of a reason why I haven't been uploading. So again, even that's connected to the uploading. So in lieu of a review this week, I'm just gonna give you an amusing thought. Bobcat Goldthwait playing a flute. Enjoy.